This is 4 minutes for Doom Annihilation. Ready? Hey, we're back! If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you've probably noticed that I'm a big fan of the Doom games. So I figured what better way to bring 4 minutes for back than to cover the latest attempt of a movie adaptation. Doom Annihilation is not good. It's not really so not good that it's not bad, it's basically just so not good bad. At best it feels like a tolerable Sci-Fi Channel movie, but at worst it's a complete swing and a miss as a Doom movie and really is an action horror sci-fi movie in general. The basic plot is close enough to that of the Doom games, which is that humans on Mars find untapped power from hell and ignore sanity to use it, similar to the corporate foolery of Aliens. Also similar to Aliens, we're introduced to a ragtag assembly of characters and our protagonist, Joan Dark. You know, because it's edgy, and Joan of Arc, I guess, because she's persecuted by authority. Nothing in this movie is subtle, but not in a funny way, just in a lazy way.
No, I never go anywhere without them. They're my lucky pair.
You got a lucky pair of undies?
Regardless, it doesn't really matter, because all the characters are flat and two-dimensional with bland humor and empty backstories. The leader of the squad, I totally forget his name and rank, but he just non-stop spouts the most generic, boring, inspirational nonsense. He also wins the award for most obvious to die with the whole "this is my last mission" cliche.
I'm gonna come home.
Anyway, after basically nothing happening, the team finally arrives to Mars with the demon zombies taking over. From here, we're treated to really boring action and gore, as well as a shockingly small amount of zombie types. It's really just zombies and imps. The imps are okay, I'll get back to them later. The team gets picked off one by one until it's just Joan and, spoilers, her BFG.
What do they call it?
The big gun.
She gets betrayed by the main culty scientist and sent to hell. She escapes, the scientists on Earth don't believe her, and it basically ends unresolved with demons coming through to Earth and probably killing everyone. The ending really sucks. The cliffhanger could have been okay, but it would have been so much better to have her fighting demons in hell and then just cut to black. Is there anything good to say about this movie? Let's see. Well, the imp design isn't bad. It actually works pretty well as a practical effect, even though the CG fireballs are always terrible. I also did love when the scientist love interest Percival Bennett just got unceremoniously killed. Other than that, the only other sort of good part is when Joan is actually in hell. The imp design is a lot better because they could use fully CG characters there, and the BFG actually vaporizes people instead of just hitting them like it does when they're outside of hell. It's the closest that it gets to being competent, but at that point I was so tuned out that it wasn't enough. When you really narrow it down, Doom Annihilation is half-baked. None of the characters are laughable, but none of them are interesting at all. The real-life sets and props aren't bad, but everything is way too clean. There's no dirt or scratches, and barely any blood. There's also like barely any red lighting or shading throughout the entire movie, which is baffling for a Doom movie. And finally, they clearly looked into the games, but it's all reference and no understanding of the core of the series. It's all skin deep, oh look, it's the Super Shotgun, oh keycards, oh it's stuff named Daisy and John Carmack and Blazkowicz. It's all embarrassing reference instead of the movement and energy of the Doom games. An ideal Doom movie is somewhere between John Wick and Aliens, with a splash of B-movie horror camp and tons of metal. Instead, Doom Annihilation is a generic, forgettable, poorly executed movie that I honestly forgot even had a director. It seems like it just manifested itself to cash in on name recognition. I really can't say I recommend this movie, and it gets a 3 out of 10. And done.